Since the beginning of the century, technology has rapidly advanced, and our reality is now filled with things that were only dreams just a few decades ago. Seeing how the past has unfolded, I wondered what the next 30 years would look like. So, why don't we do a little research about what life might be like for us in 2050? First, let's take a look at nanotechnology. Over the years, scientists have made exciting progress and discovered countless innovative applications for nanotechnology. Nanotechnology has the potential to change life as we know it. Experts in the field believe that in the future, nanobots will be implanted in our brains to connect us to the virtual world more easily and quickly through brain-computer interface technology. The mind and the computer will merge, and humans will become extremely powerful beings who can access infinite knowledge and find solutions to problems that the mind alone cannot solve. If nanotechnology reaches that level, tools such as phones and calculators may no longer be necessary. This is very exciting for the students of the future. It seems mathematics may not be as important anymore. The next universal challenge will be much greater: 3D printing technology. The next technological advancement we can expect in the future is the rise of 3D printing technology. 3D printing is already developed, but by 2050, we can expect it to become even more advanced. We already have 3D printed tools and homes today. In the future, we may be able to print more devices and perhaps even some transportation vehicles. If larger machines are built, this technology will also become more accessible to anyone who wants a 3D printer, and the possibilities of what can be printed will be endless. If the current trend of open-source 3D printable files continues, it will not be long before everyone prints their own large objects like furniture and weapons. Here's an idea. How about developing an affordable 3D printer for food? That could be the end of world hunger, despite global warming. Now we move from the extinction of phones to the eradication of death. By 2050, the finality of death may be a thing of the past. With the brain connected to a computer through BCI technology, the information stored in our brains can be transferred into a hard disk like computer files. That means data, including memories, can be retrieved and uploaded into another being, maybe a more advanced humanoid robot. This way, the best minds in every field will be preserved and able to continue working on innovations. Another improvement to consider in the medical field is that serious diseases like cancer will be cured. The only downside to this development is that every new technology is very expensive when it first comes out, so the rest of us may not have access to this literally life-saving technology for a while. Something that we may have access to is transportation. In 2050, transportation will have immensely changed. Experiments on self-driving cars are already underway by car manufacturers such as Tesla. It's not hard to believe that by 2050, fully automated vehicles will exist. Some major advantages of such vehicles include a drastic reduction in traffic-related deaths because the vehicles will collaborate with traffic control systems. Another advantage is the change in lifestyle that self-driving vehicles will bring. With no need to drive, people will be free to choose whether to relax or be productive while traveling, saving lots of time spent in traffic. Another interesting development is Elon Musk's Hyperloop One project, which aims to move public transportation underground using electromagnetic levitation at historic speeds of 310 kilometers per hour. This train presents an opportunity for a faster, cheaper, and cleaner mode of transportation. And if more people opt for it, there will be even fewer traffic-related incidents. All transportation in the future will use renewable energy. Currently, the world is plagued by global warming and the threat of depleting natural resources, so we need to adapt to more sustainable sources of energy. Hyperloop One is exploring electromagnetic levitation. And the automobile industry has also been looking for ways to reduce harmful vehicle emissions. These are all efforts aimed at stopping the use of carbon-emitting fuels. Besides those, research is being done on ocean, wind, solar and thermal energy. One company in particular, Blue Rise, a specialist developer of ocean thermal energy conversion, is working on a project that could completely phase out the use of fossil fuels. Hopefully, Blue Rise and their colleagues will be successful soon enough to alleviate some of the environmental problems we face. If there is one thing that has been mentioned as a solution for our environmental challenges, it's space exploration and colonization. Companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin are set on revolutionizing space technology with goals of space exploration and ultimately enabling people to live on other planets in colonies. With all the progress already made, by 2050, space tourism will also be a reality for those who can afford it. Holiday destinations will expand to include places like Mars and the Moon. Unfortunately, a trip to orbit will be significantly expensive, making it exclusive for the extremely wealthy, at least at first. Something that may be available for everyone is artificial intelligence. AI is already more advanced than most of the innovations mentioned here, and its development will only get better through the years. Experts believe that AI will surpass the processing power of living brains. That wouldn't be scary if it didn't open the door to a robo-apocalypse. Luckily, scientists still have to figure out how to impart all the important human values into AI before it can become a part of our everyday life. But the rise of AI will, of course, change the face of the workforce. The job market will also face radical change, and with the way things are going, about half of the world's current jobs will be extinct, taken over by AI machines and robots. In 2050, as the job market changes, education will also see significant changes. There has already been an increase in digital learning, especially during the pandemic. By 2050, completely digital schools will be commonplace. Even if we physically attend schools, they will have no need for books, using tablets and laptops instead. For higher education, experts believe that more than 70% of the student population will be enrolled in online degrees, making education more globalized. A welcome step in the right direction if we are to make good education accessible to all. Online degrees may even be taught by AI-powered robots at that time. I imagine the robots will be able to prepare course material, give lectures, and grade assignments. Sadly, you may be unable to twist your lecturer's arm, so they give you a deadline extension. Now we move on to the metaverse. Since Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced it, virtual reality and AI have been assimilated into our everyday life through the social media giant. For those who may be a bit confused about the metaverse, you're not alone. The metaverse is a virtual, computer-generated environment in which you can interact with other users through AI-enabled software. It's about simulation with avatars representing users. As metaverse functions get more developed by 2050, it will be able to offer a full virtual experience that includes shopping and travel right from the comfort of your own home. People will have the option to share their virtual experiences with the world. Imagine taking a trip to your favorite holiday destination with your family, only you're not physically there. That's what the metaverse will offer. It seems to me that the more we get connected, the more we stay apart. Next is money. Even though we will still use money, one thing that has been used less and less over the years is cash. Keeping up with that trend, cash will most likely no longer be used in 2050. All transactions will be done virtually, and new modes of financial transactions will emerge because of AI and decentralized finance. Transactions will emerge because of AI and decentralized finance. As the world slowly starts to adopt those technologies, we may not even have to do our own grocery shopping anymore, making traditional paper and plastic money even less useful. Like Tesla, which orders its own car parts as needed, our automated pantries and refrigerators may order our groceries. No more getting the wrong milk or even running out of milk. Speaking of the automation of home appliances, the homes in 2050 will also be completely automated, smart homes. Although smart homes already exist, the developments that will be available in the next few decades will be a great improvement to what we have now. Smart homes in 2050 will have full AI activation functions, allowing the home to sense our moods and needs without giving it a single command. Additionally, interactive hologram televisions will exist, meaning that you can verbally call up your hologram TV and it will appear right in front of you. The best part, as discussed at the beginning of the video, is that using nanotechnology, you will be able to control the TV with your mind, so you'll never need to look for the remote again. Thus, we've come full circle in this video, exploring what our lives might look like in 2050. To be honest, this is just an imagination exercise, and I realize that not everything discussed in this video will come true, but you have to admit that none of it sounds too far-fetched, because humanity has already planted the roots of most of these technologies. One thing is certain about the progress of technology. I have no doubt that the world will be very different in 2050. But I hope our current social systems and structures will be able to cope with these future innovations. So, what do you think about these future innovations? Do you believe life will be like this in 2050? Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and click one of the cards on your screen to keep watching. See you in the next one.